Welcome to my YouTube channel. Imagine a world where one man's influence shapes the way we live, the way we heal, and even the way we think. Imagine a world where medicine is no longer about curing but about profit, where natural remedies used for centuries are dismissed as quackery, while synthetic drugs dominate the industry. Now what if I told you that this isn't just imagination, that this is exactly what happened, and one man was behind it all? His name was John D. Rockefeller, and his empire didn't just change business, it changed healthcare, politics, and the very fabric of our society. The 19th century was a time of immense change. The rise of industrialists, a flood of new inventions, and the birth of the billionaire class all shaped what became known as the Gilded Age. It was a time of wealth and corruption, of visionaries and ruthless businessmen. Among them, John D. Rockefeller stood above the rest. He wasn't just the richest man of his time, he was the architect of a system that still controls modern medicine today. Born on July 8, 1839 in Richford, New York, Rockefeller was a boy who understood money from a young age. By 16 he was already working as an assistant bookkeeper, and by 20 he had begun making smart investments. He had an eye for opportunity, and oil was his greatest one. With financial backing from his family, he entered the oil business, not just drilling but refining, and in 1870 he founded the Standard Oil Company. Rockefeller wasn't just successful, he was dominant. By 1900 he controlled 90% of the petroleum production in the United States. This wasn't luck, it was strategy. He crushed competitors, manipulated markets, and built an empire that fueled the world. He worked closely with industrial giants like Henry Ford and Andrew Carnegie, ensuring that his monopoly extended beyond oil, but he didn't stop there. Oil made him powerful, but medicine gave him control. At the turn of the 20th century, healthcare looked nothing like it does today. Doctors relied on natural remedies, herbal treatments, and holistic medicine, methods that had been passed down for generations. They weren't always perfect, but many were effective. The problem? They couldn't be patented. Rockefeller saw an opportunity. If medicine could be industrialized, if treatments could be manufactured rather than grown, he could corner the market. But for that to happen, he had to eliminate natural medicine and replace it with pharmaceuticals. So, he got to work. In 1901, he founded the Rockefeller Institute for Medical Research, now known as Rockefeller University. It was dedicated to advancing biomedical research, focusing on vaccines, antibiotics, and synthetic drugs. This was just the beginning. He didn't just want to introduce pharmaceuticals, he wanted to control the entire medical system. To do this, he needed to change how doctors were trained. In 1909, Rockefeller enlisted Andrew Carnegie to conduct a study on medical education. They chose Abraham Flexner, a former schoolteacher with no medical background, to lead the investigation. The result was the Flexner Report of 1910, a document that reshaped medical education forever. The report declared that medical schools should focus solely on scientific medicine, which, conveniently, meant pharmaceuticals. Schools that taught natural healing, holistic medicine, or herbal treatments were labeled as unscientific and lost their funding. Within a decade, most forms of traditional medicine were wiped out of medical schools, replaced with a pharmaceutical-driven curriculum. But Rockefeller didn't just reshape education. He banned alternative medicine, had doctors arrested, and shut down clinics that refused to conform. He controlled medical research, funding only studies that supported synthetic drugs. He even took over the media, partnering with Joseph Pulitzer and William Randolph Hearst, two of the most powerful newspaper moguls of the time, to spread propaganda against natural medicine. And then came the biggest twist of all. The very drugs Rockefeller promoted were made from oil. His empire wasn't just about medicine, it was about making petroleum-based pharmaceuticals. These drugs were highly profitable, highly addictive, and in some cases, highly dangerous. When reports emerged linking his medicines to cancer, what did he do? He founded the American Cancer Society, ensuring that the truth would never come out. Rockefeller's influence didn't stop at the United States. In 1939, he partnered with IG Farben, the German company behind Bayer. What many people don't know is that Auschwitz, the largest extermination camp of the Holocaust, was actually a subsidiary of IG Farben. The company profited from forced labor, unethical medical experiments, and even produced Zyklon B, the gas used in the concentration camps. Documents show that IG Farben executives praised their cooperation with the SS, seeing concentration camps as a business opportunity, and who was one of their biggest benefactors? It was none other than John D. Rockefeller. After World War II, IG Farben was broken up, but its influence remained. Many of its branches evolved into modern pharmaceutical giants like Bayer, Bristol-Myers Squibb, and Sanofi. The same companies that once collaborated with the Nazi regime are now some of the biggest players in today's pharmaceutical industry. Fast forward to today, and the legacy of Rockefeller is still everywhere. His empire evolved into what we now call Big Pharma, and his influence on medicine has only grown. Today, Rockefeller J.P. Morgan interests control nearly 50% of the United States pharmaceutical industry. Think about this. In 2017 alone, Big Pharma spent $280 million lobbying Congress. During the COVID-19 pandemic, cheaper treatments like hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin were aggressively suppressed in favor of patented vaccines, just like Rockefeller's playbook a century earlier. This is the system he built, a system designed for profit, not for health. But here's the real question: can we break free from it? John D. Rockefeller wasn't just a businessman, he was the architect of modern medicine as we know it. He took healthcare from natural healing to a for-profit empire, one that still controls government policies, medical institutions, and public perception. The question we must ask ourselves is, do we accept this system, or do we challenge it? Thank you for watching. If you found this story eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more hidden histories. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and question everything.